Hey folks, it's Rob, it's another Rob Plays, and this week we're looking at Starace. Now this one was developed by Denton Designs, it says on a tile screen, and I guess you could kind of call it a game that wasn't in a weird way. So they developed it like 1986, 1987, originally it was going to be published through Ocean, they pitched it to Ocean, and Ocean was sort of on board for a while but ultimately turned it down, by which point the game was basically finished, and so they didn't really have anywhere to go with it. In fact, they sort of got to the stage where really they ended up selling it to Zzap. And so if you bought the September 1990 issue of Zzap 64, it was on the cover tape. And actually that's how I got my hands on it. I actually found that loose cover tape in a store back in the 90s. So I was like, ooh, it's very interesting. So Starace is essentially a 3D racer on a machine that is not the best for actual 3D. So the basic idea is that they discovered a way to build tunnels between solar systems, and people started racing it. So before we play, you've got the track display. You get a track display of the actual track, and you can also see it's a fairly simple course. They're all like they're not closed loops. They're just like point A to point B. There's 14 actually over 13. Actually, pretty nice. Okay. I thought you could actually do that. So we'll do a couple of races just in different modes. So go to track 1. You got your high score tables like your top 5. You apparently can save it. It's actually pretty cool. So you can actually save those scores. So here's the track details, the nursery track. You've got your difficulty level, and then you've got computer alignment. Now there's 3 modes in control type. So computer alignment, I can't change it. So you're supposed to be able to change it. You've got computer alignment, which is where the computer keeps you on the track. You've got computer assistance that sort of helps you steer. Then you've got full manual control. So I'm just going to run this default race. You get a nice little fancy thing. So you have display. Up the top you've got, the top left corner is sort of a graph that charts your position over time. Then you've got, I think the record, your position, your speed. I hit 5 for countdown. Oh no, speed's at the bottom. You've got your sort of alignment, and then your lapse time. So controls are basically flight controls. You hold the fire button to accelerate, down to move the nose up to move the nose down, left and right to steer. The idea, of course, is you don't want to go outside the track. Oh, because we've crashed. It's one of those games that really needs. Oh, alright, computer's overriding, resetting me. So I'm position 8 so far. Come on, computer, come on, let me get going. So 9th. But anyway, it's one of those things that's really interesting because, you know, when you think of like 3D-ish sci-fi races, I mean, really, Wipeout is sort of kind of where it starts from. You know, and Wipeout was still, 8 or 9 years away from when this game would have been originally released. And just such an interesting idea. It's, the big limitations are color vectors on the 64. It's a machine that really is not the best for vectors. And you want to slow down to get back in the energy field. And it's an interesting concept. I really wonder if this is like how this would play if you had a Turbo Chameleon cartridge or a Super CPU, because if that could let you get the frame rate up, that would be amazing. Meanwhile, the counter up top is position, and on the left part of it is distance, because it's dropping down. So we're getting close. And then the bottom is speed. I think the top right distance is like the top time. And the bottom right is my current elapsed time. So the concept itself is pretty cool. It's really let down by the tech. I mean, kind of wish this was on a 16-bit machine. Oh heck. Oh yeah, cool. Finished the first race. The other thing that's worth kind of talking about is those purple circles you saw on the outside of the track. Those are you crash it and you die. Okay, let's pop a name in. fancy little animated sequence. And that's the thing, it's like, this really is a unique kind of game. It's a bit of a shame that Ocean decided so late not to publish it. It's an excellent little bit of technology. I don't know if it could be made faster. I don't know if it's really compatible with the extra, you know, those fancier add-ons. Let's go for another race. Alright. So, yeah, look at that. My time of 4:56. Alright, track. You guys a little fiddly, I have to admit, which is a bit annoying. Track 3. Data. Ooh, let's go track 4. Let's do one more track and we'll call it a wrap. Sail on the winds of 1,000 suns. Now this has got no assistance at all, it's just pure me. So let's see how I go. Now I have to admit, I turned the music off because I think there's a slight bit of CPU speed. But not much, but 2, 1, go. The music's actually really good and it's worth checking stuff out in High Voltage Sync Collection because Fred Gray did an amazing job on it. You know what you can hear of the title theme. Oh, we crashed! See, that was one of those barriers and actually crashed. Rookie mistake. Alright, let's go. Come on. Get me some speed. Ooh, see when you're outside the field you go slow, so you're going to keep in the field to keep your speed up. Alright, let's do this. Slow down a bit. And forth. No! When I said slow down a bit, I didn't mean go outside the field. Pitch up. It really... Now, I think this is worth checking out at least as a curio piece. You know, it's not the best out there in terms of the tech, but it's I think it's worth seeing just for the fact that someone tried it. You've got to give Denton's props for that, for actually going ahead with it, developing it, even though it was sort of like, yeah, it's probably not the best idea for the machine, but they still went ahead anyway. A lot better than the games industry these days, at least in AAA, where, you know, oh, we crashed. You know, where the games industry these days in AAA is if you are not, you know, for the most part, come on, let me go. I want to try and reclaim my lead. You know, you look at AAA games these days and there's a lot of safety there. I mean, I think it's getting a bit better, but there's still a lot of safety in there. A lot of publishers that just want to rehash and not really remix the formulas. I mean, I'm dating myself by saying this in terms of this video, but you look at the response something like Zelda Breath of the Wild's getting for, you know, just throwing the formula into the bin and dramatically reinventing it. Oh, no. And you can sort of see that kind of does pay off. But yeah, this is really a very unique game. The execution's probably not quite there. I mean, it does suffer being on the humble C64. Kind of makes me sad the Commodore 128 was never seen as a legit platform, because I'm sure that even on that machine, you could have gotten some really nice speed out of it. But even then, I think what could have helped is I swear some of the graphics here are actually overscanned, like go into the overscan area. And I think that was a mistake. Like, you shouldn't be trying to do smart screen tricks for the sake of speed. You should be trying to keep your view area as small as possible. kind of makes me wish I could judge the average frame rate of this game. Probably could do it in editing. Anyway, that's Starace. It's a very interesting game. It's probably not a particularly great game, and I'm glad that it's been preserved because, yeah, it would have been very interesting had this actually come out commercially. So I'm probably going to leave it there. There's 14 tracks all up. You can fiddle with the options in terms of how they present it. So in this case, but they're all pretty similar. I don't think they really add a lot. So I think I'm going to call it a wrap here. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave some comments and a thumbs up. Really like being able to talk about stuff like this, about these games that kind of slip through the cracks, whether they're, not really released as such as this was, or just a little less popular. The likes on the videos really do help them, get more eyes on them. And of course, new videos come out every Friday, so do hit the subscribe button if you want to catch them as they drop. Usually the best way to stay on top of that. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.